Sorry, I do not know what prompted me to do that there. I thought if on the off chance I can make Joy laugh, then I've done my job. So I'm glad. Right, folks, how we doing? This is going to be the Just Chatting stream from now, like the screen from now on, because I think it looks good even when there's not a game on the other side. I kind of like it. But we're going to be playing more Beacon Pines today, and I'm looking forward to it because Beacon Pines is really good. But first of all, I'd like to say that at the moment, Tumblr seems to be a wee bit of like a bonfire or a bin fire, more so than usual. And like, while it's normally bonfire affectionate, it's like yeah, it's not been too great. For anyone who's looked at Joy's Tumblr or mine, there seems to be this wave of like pricks coming in, and one of the things that I'm noticing is that I think there are people who are shifting from the likes of Twitter, and like they're getting their arms like they're getting hugged closely by some of the kind of bigger pricks on Tumblr, and people who are like abusing the like obviously on Twitter there's anonymity through like creating fake accounts or whatever, but like people are really abusing the anonymous asks. Um, Now obviously I have anonymous on for a reason because like a lot of the time people like to ping messages and they don't want to put their face out there. However, if it's going to get abused, it's going to end up, it just gets turned off. That's how it works. And this isn't me saying that any of you are involved in it. I'd like to think that all of you aren't at all. You're not the sort of people who would do that. But there is this just wave of arseholes at the moment. And it's quite obviously supporting people who are under that pressure or getting stupid asks. Because, like, I think for a lot of people on Tumblr, I know that I've spoken to like Joy about this before, but there's lots of asks that we don't publish because they're harmful to the people that follow us. And while there is the occasional dunk, there is also like the vast majority of it. There's no point in like stretching it out like kind of quote tweets or like anything like that. You know, it's the equivalent. So yeah, just to kind of keep you updated on that, it's Tumblr's kind of it's not been too good this week. So yeah, just as a kind of heads up for everyone on that side. Right, but before that, we're gonna like just chill. We're gonna all like good vibes only in this stream. We are gonna be doing some Beacon Pines. So let me get that game loaded up if I can close all of the fucking tabs that I have stupidly left open. That was dumb. Oh god, Photoshop's running and everything. Jesus Christ. Cool, we're nearly there. And sound. Cool. Alright, so Beacon Pines, let's go. We're gonna be playing some of that. I'm really excited for it. Again, the story branching mechanic of Beacon Pines is something to be like amazed at. To the point where if I'm lucky, I'll be able to um like get Joy to play Beacon Pines. Like that's something I'm gonna nudge Joy to do because I feel like it would be a really fun podcast episode just talking about the like writing branching narratives and having them be part of the story is cool. Um, and oh, Tundra, you're just fantastic. Noctum, Photoshop, are you making some scathing political memes? No, I do it for my job. So like part time, the job that I do is like doing a bit of marketing and a bit of kind of community management. Um, Also, I got some quite nice news today that I can't tell you yet, but I've got nice news. So that's good. I'll need to. I'm gonna wait until I've signed to give you a bit of a hint, but I got some nice news, which is good. It's not a job, before you ask, but it's cool. Righty, so what are we doing? This is the wrong game capture page. We're going to go back to the traditional game capture page. So we're going to be playing more Beacon Pines. And we left the story last time. We'd been doing quite a lot. It was our second stream, I think. And we got, I feel like
step
maybe it's our
taking him
third.
further away from everyone and everything he knew. And closer to destiny.
Thank you, Orchid. I appreciate it. The charity stream stuff's been going quite well. It has been a bit of a flurry.
To be continued in Beacon Pines. Pines harder.
Sorry, we saw this joke
served
last time,
cold.
and it is wonderful.
Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy.
The voiceover in this is really nice. I don't know what the accent is. I'm wondering if it's like Canadian.
No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade
Maybe
of
not,
sequels.
I don't know.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
It actually kind of sounds like Jenny Nicholson. Not sure. Right, so we have done accept, we've not done refuse, we've done flight and fight, we've done shame, we've done strange and tickle, we've done shit and chill, we've done struggle and change, we've done rumble and break, we've not done sly or chill. Let's go with refuse. Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. Oh yeah, this was like
Luca had no choice
the bleak
but to
bit where we were
refuse
dangling
Iggy's
over a
request.
hole.
He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face.
Oh boy.
That's a good lad. Now, radio for help.
Oh, best of luck,
Iggy
Southern
begged
Orchid.
Luca
Or
with his
Orchid of the
eyes
South,
one
sorry,
last
you've changed your
time.
name.
But Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
Okay.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began
Ivory
preening his
hand
tousled
mirror,
hair.
that's how you know he's a bastard.
Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your
Also,
sharp thinking under
sorry,
duress.
an ivory mirror. There's a rhino and wait, the rhino horns are ivory as well? Is that it? No, it's just tusks. Elephant tusks. Or is it both?
I'll put in a
How
good
did he
word
get
for
the
you,
ivory
Van.
hand mirror?
Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered
Rhino horns
Luca.
are ivory as well.
The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Oh right, that is just a death. Okay, great.
I
That wasn't
think
good.
this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Ah, okay. Okay, so we've done all of that. Now we're going the left side. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided to run the classic good cop. So here's a choice for y'all. Maybe we can run a poll. Should we do good cop, chill cop, or good cop, sly cop? What do we think? Ah, rhino horns are made from keratin. Okay. It's the same stuff as human nails. Nice. Imagine if horns grew out your nails instead. Instead of nails, we had horns. Suppose they'd be more like claws, wouldn't they? Is that what claws are? They're essentially horns. Yeah, you get the idea. Right, okay, we're gonna do good cop, sly cop, I think. Let's try that.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation.
Sly cop. Cool.
Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Modewell girl. Please, call me Beck. Sorry
Mr.
about all
Tolliver
this.
looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent
Beck
you here?
caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was going to be easy.
Easy. You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes
Mr.
sense.
Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Mr. Tolliver is casually accepting that a child's part of a terrorist cell now. Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. We never know who to trust in
Mr.
this town.
Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. So it turns out we're both
Beck
here
twirled
to
her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the
Beck
evidence.
shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not
Mr.
thorough.
Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Yeah, Beck's too good at this. She must have a deeper backstory. Can't blame her though. If anyone were to find out we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up
Beck
down
was on
here.
a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
Ah man, Mr. Tolliver's been just wiped out. Sorry, you still can't get over Sarah Lynn using a rhino horn in her smoothie? What? You sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good, there is one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and nowhere to put it. It's got to mean something, right? Good thinking. We should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Oh, Beck is smooth as fuck. You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time, Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he had a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never
Beck
what it
marked
seems.
each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried? Covered? Could it be a cover-up? Hey, Aldous Gallant, doing a drive-by hello before you have to drop off for an hour. Ah, thanks very much for the drive-by. Hope you have a good time doing what you're doing. I'm guessing it's a meeting. But cheers for dropping by. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21, N would be 14, D would be 4. Oh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Wait, what? Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Incredible. Rollo's hidden talent. To be honest, that's actually one of the things, like, if there's one... Okay, there's going to be a challenge in chat now. You've got to give me your favourite, like, tropes. But one of my favourite tropes is, like, the two clever people in the team are trying to be too clever about a puzzle, and someone solves it just by, like, coming over and being like, yeah, it's that. That's a trope that I particularly enjoy. You've got to give me your favourite tropes in chat now. Let's go and see this Milfy fox. You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? Nope. He's got me waiting around like this last slice of pie. I swear, that man would be late to his own funeral. Fair. Look at those fucking perennial harvest bastards. Wait a minute, isn't Mr. Tolliver like... Yeah, not Mr. Tolliver. Mr. Nuncreed's like evil. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. The only trope you can think of right now is monster fucking. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll allow that. That's fine. Of course, the only way we can take that to the next fucking level is witch monsters. You gotta, what's your like ideal? My favourite trope is someone saying, I'm not doing the thing, and then it cuts to them doing the thing. Yeah, I like those ones. I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about?
Gus looked around nervously.
I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be a Gus. Get fucked. Grouchy man gets turned into a papa, either with children or with animals. That's a good, like, real life thing as well. I'm not getting that damn cat versus I actually love this cat and would die for it. And I will love it more than my children. This character's getting therapy and having an epiphany a trope. Oh man, it should be. I was gonna say, it's like she's called Eris.
Jeff's hardware closed down. The effects of the foul harvest stretched wide. When there are no crops in the field, tractors don't need fixing.
Oh yeah, here's the little Tory boy.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement. Of course the Tory boy has a secret arrangement with the drugstore owner to get licorice. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. That's something a Tory would say. Hey, Pun Queen TV, you get a commemorative statue, a cat trophy. Amazing. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. Whoever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Again, that is a Tory line. Oh yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. Always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. Again, another Tory line. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. So in other words, you go into the drugstore and purchase licorice. Is that it? Well, he's right, it's locked. There's got to be more clues. Okay, let's see. Time to go to the telephone. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed? No.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal telephone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's new drugstore? I mean, underground secrets. The
Beck
password.
flung open the door, and they all squeezed in.
Oh no. All right, let's see
Luca
here.
cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we... Well...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Pun Queen TV. Hope you're having a good day, wherever you are.
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Waves in Viking hat. Ah, nice.
The
What,
air was stagnant.
which one
and
of the
smelled vaguely of
Nordics
chlorine.
are you from? I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth. Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. The best one. No way with an R in the middle. Nice. I've never been to Norway. I would love to visit at some point. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. Okay, what? Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes. Pal always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa, you don't always realise what he means until it's too late. What's this? Perennial Harvest Main Office. Okay. That's where my mum works. What does she do? Science stuff? Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. Oh, Ms. Madam, thanks very much for gifting Pun Queen TV a sub. That's really kind of you. Pun Queen, I hope you enjoy your emotes. Enjoy. Emotes for fellow Nordic person. We're getting geographical gifting now. True. And what's next? Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. Maybe. This suit has a broken mask. So if we found our mystery warehouse creeper, we've at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like an uncreed and talks like an uncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Ah, shit. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rolo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh shit. Rolo, what did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. Someone's about to come through that fucking tube. What was that? Hide. Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Oh boy. It's fucking Mr. Nuncreed! Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist, both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yup, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us, says he's got an opportunity. He'd found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. He's getting fucking dunked on by Rollo. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and
He
gone.
shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
Oh dear. I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my
Luca
hand.
began to laugh.
What? You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders.
Oh dear.
His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. Boy! I don't know. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in Town Square. The fountain? But why
A jolt
would...
of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source. What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and... Dear God, she's going to freeze us all. To the other place. I'm trying to remember. To the mining. That was it. It was to the mining place. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. Bye! Woo! That's how I want to exit anything. Any situation I don't want to be in. I want a giant suction tube, like, to just go whisk me away. That'd be the best way to leave a conversation. You can do it with fingers. Yeah, bye. Woo. See you on the other side. Okay. Thanks, Rollo. You good? Yep. Do a flip. I love this town. Woohoo! Don't know why I'm making fun yelping sounds as they go through the
cold,
tubes.
hard truth.
Oh man, I don't know how
Beck
this,
leapt
how
up,
do we
allowing the suction
balance
to
this?
yank
How
her
does
into
this
the
come
dark.
to a conclusion? Like, there's two wildly branching paths here. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark.
Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carry her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view.
What will you play when you finish this? So there's a couple of games that I've got in mind. One of which is a game that I received a code for called The Chant, which is a 3D action adventure crafting game where you explore an island with a cult on it. Which I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. So that's one of them. But I'm open to suggestions as well.
And she was flung out into
what
the
would you
cold.
like me to play, Miss Madam? Do you have any in mind? We're obviously going to be continuing with Pentiment, which I'm excited for. And we've got a Plague Tale Requiem to finish, and then we'll try and get some other stuff done. That was intense. Yeah. I think I might have partied with some fluids in there. Darktide. I could play Darktide. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got any of us. It didn't feel like we travelled that far. So, oh, is this this'll be the first town? So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone even want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We've got to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. Catch up to Mr. Nuncreed. So, this is Beacon Pines. Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time. Nuncreed's getting away. So we already know that this is... So, for those of you who haven't seen part 2, I will spoil this here. Part 2 is on my stream archive. But basically, what happened to this town is that there was an ecological disaster, and the evil corporation sent people away to a hotel for like a week or two. And then on the way back, basically had relocated the town somewhere else, which is really strange. But so the branch where you saw Iggy at the start of the stream and we refused, and then they got out the hole, this is the same area. Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town. Ah, I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed's an alien. Rollo. Stick with me here. His species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by travelling through those metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into a Beacon Pines citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. Oh, Rollo. So, yeah, Miss Madam, did you have a game in mind, or were you just inquiring? Because I
As
can
they
do
rounded
many
the
of them.
corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center.
Oh boy.
He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
Okay, so Juniper's about to nuke the source.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out.
Yeah, so it's called The Chant, if you want to have a wee look at it. I'll talk about it in Twitch, but I'm not sure how long we've got to go on this. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been
She
emptied
held
out.
a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. Oh, it wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this
Mr.
moment.
Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
The thing is, I don't, like, Mr. Nuncreed, I think, is working for the evil corporation, but you're never 100% sure about where the Gran lies. Like, you know, she keeps you in the dark about her plans to the point where you're skeptical of her, which is good writing, in my opinion. Mr. Nuncreed spun back towards Gran, his voice growing louder. You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish.
Oofed.
His voice hardened.
If I want to do an evil corruption game, play a Stardew Valley Joja run. Oh, I couldn't do that. I hate the little bastards. that runs Joja too much. That runs the shop. I hate him. That's not
They
true.
both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself,
Okay.
making their peace with long-held burdens.
Morris, yes, Morris the
The wind
bastard.
howled
To be
with
fair, I don't
encouragement.
like Pierre either. Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not
They
fair.
menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge.
Oof. This is tense.
Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The
Okay.
wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Oh boy. And in the stillness, he began to hum? Yeah? Weep to hum? Fuck it, to hum. Why not?
And in the stillness, he began to hum. After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle
Oh my
melody.
god!
It was the only thing that could calm his mind, the only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Okay. Oh, so I was like, oh, that's Luca humming, okay. See if it turns out that that's like a kill switch hum for
Gran
the
lowered
entire
the
time.
torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation,
Oh
the
man.
incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself.
Is this...
Through a flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for
Is she
note.
the mum? Is she like the aged up mum? Like, I'm wondering if there was like some sort of like time travel-y thing that's aged the mum and then like the gran has appeared. Maybe I'm
Luca
talking
lifted his
shit.
head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people that call me that are my dad and your mother.
Blinked through
What?
blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face.
What?
He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
What?
Only smaller, older, changed.
Mum? That's right, Bucket. What? What? Mum? What the fuck?
Sprinted as fast as he could toward his mother. They held each other close, and the cold retreated from their bodies.
What? Eleanor? I thought you were gone? You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Eleanor looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. She touched the fucking puddle. Yes. I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on, but the more I discovered, the more I realised the danger we were in. Until Perennial Harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want. And and they don't care who gets hurt in the process, then what do? We have to stop them.
Joseph slumped into the cold, wet snow.
Oh my god! They can't be stopped. This is too big. Not with that attitude! I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with
For the
fire.
first time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now. There's a better way to stop perennial harvest. With a gun. The cold, hard truth.
Luca gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Fuck yeah. That was a wild twist. Again though. That was the furthest away from my thoughts there. You don't understand. He always wins. Holy shit.
Chapter 9.
Showdown.
The devil you know.
Oh.
7 months ago.
Oh.
Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest. She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering. No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand.
Deep. What are you doing? Just some deep engineering.
The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempus Liquamen.
Tempus Liquamen.
There were dozens of them. Every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod. Muttering a curse under her breath,
Oh no.
she dashed over and dove inside.
Don't go into strange pods. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will all be making that choice together. How great is that? This man is a liar! Excuse me? I will not fucking get his ass, Mum Gran. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense,
Mr.
dear.
Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
What a prick. Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days. But while they had us evacuated, Mrs. Hartford, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You snivelling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please? Fuck you, red pandas. Don't you all see this festival is a sham? An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I'm Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Holy shit. Well, aren't you just sneaky as the dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true, and now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry about this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortable, so that she can get the help she needs. Oh dear. She's not the one who's disturbed. Damn, Nuncreed's coming out. You two-timing clown! Amazing. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Fuck off, Tory boy. That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
What? Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. Is the little Tory boy the little Tory boy is evil. Who would have thought? Ah, the ever tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn. You've been quite the thorn in my side, like a weed that's burrowed in where it doesn't belong. I must confess, you look dreadful.
He paused for a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expected something a bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr? Yes, sir? It's a shame it was cut short. I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir, of course, sir. You have done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed
Kerr
upon.
gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you're most gracious.
Gasps rippled through the crowd.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on
Solomon
out.
pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
Oh boy.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valent.
His body
What?
and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist. A hushed horror gripped the crowd.
What the fuck?
This is a story about change.
Yeah, I did. What? No. Ah, so you didn't see that coming.
Sharper
Good.
examined his new hands.
Well, this is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. This festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everyone look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kerr, be a dear and reveal the sign. The Sharper Valentine Festival. Ha! Wonderful.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh. Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
Sharper, you malicious bastard. Malice. Oh, nice. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr.
William
Kerr?
Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
Oh my god. You cowards! Does anyone else have something to contribute? I'm sorry, but there are way more townspeople than there are clipboards. There are a lot of clipboards, but, like, I'm just saying, I think I could take a red panda in a fight. So I feel like they could all take several red pandas in a fight as well.
Helpless quiet settled over the crowd.
Put that in the Daily Mail. Pro-independence streamer wants to batter red pandas or something. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You're clearly lost without me. And that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I give you both the greatest gift a parent can give. The opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I am disappointed would be an understatement. I feel really sorry for Angus. But Silence, Augustus. An adult is speaking. It's Augustus, not Angus. I don't know which is worse. A son who's completely hopeless, or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focused on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about... It's all right, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? Ah, there he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph, Mr. Nuncreed. I think you've said enough. Nonsense. The people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you've been. I only did what I did because you left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter. Cheer up. You're about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you, an aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part, and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of Perennial Harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Sharper addressed the crowd with indignant pride. He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition,
Poor Dawn.
it almost felt frivolous.
You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've
Mr.
earned
Kerr
it.
flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
I know exactly the type of bow that he's thinking of, and I want to kick his fucking head in. Oh, he's going to do it. Yeah, that was it. Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. What a prick. Founder, I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. Wait, so this Bill Kerr was a patsy the whole time? Oh, fuck. Rolo going for it. Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? Oh, that's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most, and I will make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you. Ha, the young hero. I've kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity. If things would have gone a bit differently, you might have had your moment of triumph. But that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do, given time. And now time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it. Ha!
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we? The end.
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business.
Oh dear.
Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer. The end.
I would love if we took like a slightly different route.
Becoming clearer now.
And like you see Luca and the gang and being like a kind of like Fallout, like post-apocalyptic garb, like chucking Molotovs
You
at
can
Perennial
feel
Harvest.
it, right?
This is what we want.
We can't let Sharper win.
Yeah.
He might just be the key to this whole thing. Let's see.
So I'm curious where we can use malice. Ah. So we could have chose weep. We could have chose chill there. Let's use malice. There was malice lurking
There
behind
was a
those
malice
eyes.
lurking behind those eyes.
Oh yeah, that was this
Like a
was a
trap
really
ready to spring.
good creepy bit.
Luca felt the weight of Nuncrete's hand on his shoulder. Something wasn't right. He didn't know why, but something was telling Luca to get out of there.
Yep. I just want this to all be over. Of course, I'm sure it'll all work out soon enough. I should get going. I told Roxy I'd check for Rolo
Luca
at the
twisted
treehouse.
free of Nuncrete's grasp.
Of course. Luca, you know your dad and I were good friends back in the day. You can come to me with anything. Anything at all. Yeah, no, bye. I do love how you can get so far down like one path and you're like, the story's gonna end here, right? And then it doesn't, and you go way back and then you learn, like, what's the twist in this branch? These festival decorations are a bit humdrum. Now, if I were to throw a festival, it would be a thing to behold. I agree, this is all more than a little sad. It's worse than sad, it's boring. What if we did a little something to spice things up? I'm listening. You know that festival sign waiting to be unveiled? It'd be a shame
The
if
two
someone...
scurried off, eagerly formulating a plan.
Hey, Amethyst, how you doing? Be really funny if to ruin it, we just, like, drew a dick on his fucking sign. Identify yourself, please. Nellie Modwell. I work here now. I'm unable to locate you on our staff role. Oh, I don't officially start until tomorrow. Mr. Kerr said I could come in early tonight to get a few things done. Hold, please. Clearance authorized. Thank you. Our harvest awaits. Our harvest awaits! Oofed. No, so Malice allowed us to recognise that Nuncreed was going to get the jump on us. Because one of the things... So, I think the previous one was Shame, which we felt sorry for him, and then he lured us into the telephone box and trapped us. Whereas this one allowed us to, like, catch him out. Rollo?
He aired a long holler into the woods.
Rollo! Sigh. Sigh. He said sigh out loud. Rollo, wherever you are, I hope
Luca
you're okay.
felt his eyes getting heavy and plopped into the beanbag.
Plop into that beanbag.
He
Yeah.
conceded to its lumpy embrace.
Okay.
Once again, Luca found himself in a vast black expanse. This time,
Okay.
he knew exactly where to go. He took a single confident step forward. The world flickered and pulsed. He found himself standing in front of the frigid air of a blazing campfire. The source.
Your whole province's credit union system's down, so you can't pay your auto insurance and you need your car. Ah, shit. Sorry to hear that.
He plopped down cross-legged and gazed into the cold flame,
That's frustrating.
waiting. Soon
How
enough,
long will
the
it be
fire
until
began
it's
to
back
die
up?
out, popping sporadically, until all that was left was a single ember. Lucas stood up and dusted himself off. He plucked the glowing ember from the cold ash, examined it, and slid it into his pocket, a
Okay.
keepsake. The voice of his father spoke behind him. "You made me proud, Buckaroo." Luca turned to face him. "Dad, what is this place?" A warm grin grew across
It's kind
his
of cute
father's
that
face.
the deer character's parents called him Buckaroo. That's
A
quite
place
cute.
where everything that has been and everything that could be all wait together. Luca found himself staring at his father's face, trying as hard as he could to memorize every single detail. Wait? For what? Another voice spoke out as Luca's doppelganger stepped forward. "That's up to you." Without knowing why, Luca began to weep. Is any of this real? Are you
Wouldn't
real?
it would be absolutely like fucking mental. So obviously there was like, what if what if you're not a son? What if you're your own dad? That would be
Lucas father
wild.
bent
What if you
down
were
to
the
smudge away a
younger
tear.
version of like your dad? I don't know how that would work, but because surely you would have the memories.
I'm as
But
real as
it'd
the
be really
part of you
funny.
that misses me.
Like another curveball that just hits you right in the face.
Luca turned to look at the older version of himself. "And you?" The doppelganger choked back tears. "I'm as real as the part of you that's angry he's gone."
Oh man.
Does that make sense? Through his tears, Luca laughed. "I think so." His father pulled him in for an embrace.
It's funny how this professional voice actor does a way better Luca voice than me.
"Time to go, Buckaroo." Luca was startled
It's got
from
the
his
youthful
dream by a
cadence
banging
down.
on the floor.
Are you in
A
there?
commanding voice rumbled from
Oh,
below.
are you in there?
Just
Whomst?
as Lucas sprang to lock the entry hatch, the door knocked open.
Oh no.
Chapter 5. Dangers big and small.
Chapter 5, man. We've
Luca
gone
stumbled
way
back.
back. We were
He
chapter
heard the
9,
rope
the other
ladder
one.
creak under significant weight. Keeping his eyes fixed on the hatch, he inched backward to the balcony. As his hand grasped the door handle, Luca froze. A large figure clumsily wriggled up through the hole.
Is it Nuncreed? No. It's not. It's Rollo's sister. Or I'll... Sheesh is dark and all, but I figured you'd recognise me.
The
Who
large figure
you?
cocked its head
Oh, no, it's not.
inquisitively.
Is it fucking Rollo? Stop now or I'll clobber you with a baseball bat. Whoa, 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 take it easy. Look, you need to get your eyes checked. It's me, Rollo. Nice try, but I know you aren't Rollo. You're like one of his random uncles or something. Where is he? Uncle? Look, I quit messing around. It's me. Rollo's at puberty. If it really is you, prove it. Flaming chicken coop, looker.
Luca's jaw
What the fuck?
dropped. He peered more closely at the man standing in front of him. Something about him was undeniably
What the
Rollo,
fuck? How?
only
What
bigger,
happened in this? Or
older,
was it... Yeah, was Rollo taken by Nuncreed in this one?
changed.
How? What happened to you? When I was running away, I ran into more people in those yellow suits. They grabbed me and dragged me away. What? Where did they take you? Dunno, they threw a bag over my head. It was cold and smelled like a swimming pool. I think it was an underground lab or something. They made my hands all big. Look.
Rollo proudly presented his hands to Luca.
Pretty sweet, right? I mean, it wouldn't be my first pick for a superpower, but beggars can't be choosers. Rollo, it wasn't just your hands. My feet too! Damn, Pa just made me new shoes. Wait, Luca, why are you so small?
Luca moved to the side and pointed Rollo to his reflection in the balcony window.
What
His
the?
hands shot up to his face.
Holy Toledo! Rollo, what did they do to you? They made me drink some sort of green crud. Ew. Actually, it wasn't too bad. It kind of tasted like licorice. Ah. I passed out and woke up like this, and then I sort of smashed open my cage and escaped. Whoa, you smashed open a cage? Kinda. At least I think I did. It's all a bit of a blur. I really hope that all of the characters age up and become superpowers, or superheroes or whatever. I don't know who, or adults. I don't know who did this, but we're going to fix it. Fix it? This is awesome. Well, I'm just glad you're safe now. Look, you don't need to worry about me. Sure, I got snatched, but look at it this way. I got snatched. I know where snatched people go. We may finally have a lead on what happened to your family. Maybe you're right, but this all seems dangerous. Danger? Ha!
Rollo shadowboxed a few jabs.
I'll take 'em all on. Hey, fellas, what's
With
up?
a yelp, Rollo dove behind Luca.
Ah, take cover. Did I come at a bad time? Who the heck are you? This is Beck. Sorry, something truly bizarre just happened. I need help. I didn't know where else to go. So you're just hanging out here with your large adult friend? No. This is my buddy Rollo. This is your missing friend? One and the same. He seems a little old. I'll have you know this is a recent development. What the heck does that mean? Oh, I'm sorry. You're the one who just showed up out of nowhere, so we'll be asking the questions here. That's fair. How did you find us? Your silly little treehouse? I think you mean our silly little mission control. I hate to break it to you, but your secret path isn't so secret, and I could hear your racket from a mile away. See, Luca, this is why we need to improve security around here. Not now, Rollo. Beck, you said something bizarre happened. Yeah,
She
but
shot a nervous glance at Rollo.
anything you can say around me, you can say around Rollo. This has been a weird day all round, hasn't it? Yup.
Beck's eyes narrowed.
Okay, so it all started when I made it back home. My first order of business was to try and salvage my hair. So I dyed it with some stuff from the chemistry set my mum gave me. Oh yeah, so this is the one where she gets splashed. Okay, just need to play it cool. And hope no one notices. Notices what? Oh, nothing. I was just... Sorry, come over here and let me have a look. Oh, honey, what in the world did you do to your hair? I just kind of felt like a change. This is going to take forever to grow out. You were the one who said that change was a good thing, right? I was talking about your mother's new job. I was talking about us moving. Well, I guess I just took your lesson to
Ilona
heart.
tried to put on a smile.
Before I forget, I came up here to tell you that Nellie had to go into work. Tonight? Her and Mr. Kerr decided it'd be good for her to get some things done before tomorrow. That Kerr guy seems like a grady creep. Beck! He is! Him and his weird cult of personality. You're not going to ruin this job for Nellie. It means too much to her. Oh, I know exactly how much it means to her. It means enough for her to, to exile her own daughter to this podunk town. Podunk town? This place sucks. The people are weird. You just don't know them yet. It's always cold. We're in the mountains. You'll get used to it. I can't even pick up a single decent station on the radio. It's all banjo music and farm reports. You know, I grew up in a town not that different from this one. Is that why you're better at talking to plants than people? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, you're grounded. What the fuck? In the morning, I'll have Nelly come and see what we can do about fixing your hair. You need to look presentable for the festival. But not another peep.
She sighed, and after a moment, looked down at Beck sympathetically.
I know moving is hard, honey, but that doesn't mean you have to make yourself miserable all the time. Other people seem to have that covered for me. Beck is so fucking sharp. It's amazing. Oh, and if you decide to rebel by dyeing your hair more...
She flashed a sly grin and tousled Beck's hair.
I'll just shave it off for you. Okay, that sounds like child abuse. Think of how rebellious you'll look then. Child abuse. Very funny. Thank you. Good night, sweetie. Good night, mum. Haha, child abuse. Wait. First of all, this town does not suck. Second, you need help because you're grounded? No. I'm sorry you got in trouble. It's my fault your hair got screwed up in the first place. Don't worry about it. I actually kind of like this look. Great. Can we get back to the story now? This next part is the important bit. I have this radio upgraded with my mum and I was too angry to sleep, so I tried to dial in something worth listening to. She heard the underground secrets, maybe? Oh, Mr. Kerr, are you there? Mr. Kerr? Yes, I'm busy. What is it? Apologies, I have the founder on the line. Patch him through immediately. One moment. Hello, sir. It's so nice to hear from you. Skip the pleasantries. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? I did try to play Oxenfree. It was... I feel like it's a thing that people really like when they play it themselves. I found it quite hard to stream, to be honest, because it was quite slow at points. What's your report on our new lead researcher of deep engineering? Nellie Modwell seems to be integrating nicely. At this very moment, she's working to help us meet our deadline. She offered to work overtime before I even had the chance to suggest it. Excellent. And you have faith that she's capable of finishing the work left by her predecessor. Her work must be complete before the festival. I'll make sure she stays day and night until it's accomplished. Good. You know how I feel about loose ends. Yes, sir. Once she has finished the work, we need to make a determination regarding her long-term prospects in the company. Immediately, sir? I usually have more time to fully bring people into the fold. We are in the end game, Bill. After your failures with Dr. Prescott, I can't afford to take any risks. Of course, sir. No loose ends, sir. Once she finishes the work, she'll either leave the office completely committed to Perennial Harvest, or she won't leave at all. Perfect. Sir, if I might suggest, maybe we should delay just for a bit. Oh, it's just we seem to be rushing to hit this festival deadline, and rushing into things has caused some issues in the past. I see. Please understand that I just want what's best for you. I'm eternally grateful for all that you've done for me. Bill, I'll make this very clear for you. Yes, that was it, Judica. It was the overlapping audio that really pissed us off in stream. I brought you in to make things run smoothly, not to have opinions. Of course, sir. Chin up, Bill. You're only a few days away from having everything you ever dreamed of. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Whoa. Yeah. Just so we're clear, when they said loose ends, they were talking about murder, right? Like actually killing someone. Capital
Luca
murder.
gave Rollo a quick elbow to the ribs.
Who is this founder? I was hoping you guys would know. Nah, as far as we know, Kerr's the top banana at Perennial Harvest. He sounded scared of this founder guy, so we have an even topper banana on the field. What the hell's my mum caught up in? Has she talked about the job much? Not really. She said she was going to come in and continue the work of someone she respected. Luca, do you think that body at the warehouse was the person Beck's mum came to replace? That would make sense. Beck, it seems like Nellie's predecessor got, loose-ended. I'm getting that impression. Okay, so we need to get your mum out of there before the festival happens. That's 2 days away. Won't you just come home after work? The creep on the radio said they were going to hold her there until then. So if she's not coming out, we gotta
Beck
go in
flicked
and
a
get her.
large sheet of paper out of her pocket and slammed it on the floor.
Boom. Maybe this'll help. You have blueprints? Well, it's really just a welcome mat from my mum's PH orientation day, but it shows the layout. Sure looks like blueprints to me. Look, here's the reception area, there's a big room marked Founder's Office, even has the exits marked. Guys. We have a deadline, we have an objective, we have blueprints. You realise what this
Rollo
is,
started
right?
to wiggle with excitement.
I think we're heisting. This is officially a heist.
Chapter
Oh,
6.
the writing in this is so good.
The heist.
God damn
They
it.
spent the night's end huddled
It's so
around
good.
that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would
Oh,
be no
stunning.
small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology. Not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout.
Tundra, how long would you
By
say
the
we've
time
got left
the
of
sun
the
began to
story?
peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work.
Nice.
The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread, even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited
Oh,
for.
fuck
Luckily,
yes.
there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rolo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day,
Oh,
and they
man.
each had their assignments.
Alright, quick recap. Rolo, you're going to talk to Roxy cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me, Cordial is my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to
He
explain your
waved
new
vaguely at Rolo's sizable figure.
circumstance? Bah, she'll be so happy I'm alive she won't even
Beck
notice.
snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, this plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you going to persuade them? I'll think
They
of
each
something.
looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Rolo is now a walking tank. I'm trying to figure out where Jeff is. Which one's Jeff again? Jeff's like the guy, isn't he? Yeah, I was yeah, Jeff's cranky otter boy. Okay. I don't know where he normally hangs out. There he is. Hey, Jeff. What can I do you for? Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest. Hate's a strong word. Oh, sorry, I mean, I didn't say it was the wrong word. Gotcha. So we're going to break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker. Hee hee! You see, I knew you kids were alright. Great, so
The
you'll
joy
help?
in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance. But give me one good reason I should risk my hide aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Shit. Fight. I've done enough fighting for a lifetime, and more than my share of losing. Time's come to hang up the old gloves. Ah, shit. Wait, hold on.
Luca wasn't ready. He shouted out,
Shit. Yeah, it's all shit. I still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit? Hee hee. Junk? Yeah, what of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested. Oh no, we need something to hide?
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say? Go ahead and hide
Sensing some
then.
traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not
Jeff's
afraid.
scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hid from
One
nothing.
good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed? Some sort of disguise. I've got just the thing. And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy. That ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour globe should cover it. Put it on my
Luca
tab.
offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Based. Done. Swing by first thing in the morning. Okay, now we need to find Iggy, who is... where? maybe in the forest. We'll have a wee look there first. Now, there we go. Hey, Tish, look who it is. Look out, are you here to try to tickle us to death again? Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
I love Iggy's face, it's so expressive. We're listening. Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit. Shit to each
Iggy
other.
gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong. But lately life has been kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here, so I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities, at least for now? We do like breaking things, even if a truce means less breaking things. What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff? Go on. I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest
A
HQ.
wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
We're gonna cause chaos. My, look at Van Horn, I'm impressed. And after this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the
Iggy
treehouse
glanced over
sometime.
to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause
With
chaos.
a quick nod, Luca was off.
Sweet. Did you hear that,
Iggy
Tish?
gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang at the
A single tear
treehouse.
ran down Tish's cheek.
Oh, I never expect. This is the first time I've heard Tish say a sentence. I never expected this day to come. How wonderful. Oh, that was wonderful.
Chapter 7.
Have I played Life is Strange? I have not. I have played Tell Me Why, though.
Into the
Tell Me Why
Hive.
was really good.
A good heist requires preparation.
And was, I think, it was either the first title or it was the first Microsoft title to have a trans main character.
And thorough preparation takes time, something they had precious little of. So far, everything was in order.
Nice.
Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. We are locked and loaded on my end. And Rollo,
Nice.
after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention.
Nice.
Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit
He's
provided
gonna
by Jeff
kill one
wasn't
of the red
perfect,
pandas.
but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence.
That's fair.
Rollo took a
Look
few
at Rollo.
vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can look at that disguise. That's amazing. Got your delivery here. A delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning. Right.
He had to think quick.
That's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept
Rollo
secret.
sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be. I suppose we can leave this one off the records. Our harvest awaits and
With a
such.
stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Amazing. We've never been inside here. Package here for the founder? Oh, I didn't hear anything about... Yeah, this is a need to know kind of thing. Oh,
He
I'll just
stammered
check.
and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in. Oh, I see. If you could just complete this
Rollo
form.
interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral. I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
Rollo panicked.
Our harvest awaits! Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir. Our harvest awaits! Ready to light the candle, Tish? Yep. Suck on this perennial ham fist. Ah. What was
The
that?
distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a
The
job to
clipboard
do.
fumbled around in a frenzy.
Amazing. Flawless. I should check on that noise. Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already. Okay, okay. Ha 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 ha. Phew, that was close. Our harvest awaits. Hey, I figure when in doubt, stick with the classics. Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. Alright, everyone knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north. I'll go with Beck, in case you need some muscle. I'll head east to the Founder's office. You two be safe. Nice. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. Do you think they just suck on it? Oh no. Oh no. Solomon
stopped in his tracks.
Shit. Luca, what are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I'm most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes, how did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Dang, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to deep engineering. Thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't just leave yet, or they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not. I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down
Luca
this way.
happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock
Luca
like
smiled and looked at his watch.
that. Let's just wait a minute. Sabotage, baby. I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like
she
it.
mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
You fucking took a spade to the power supply. Amazing.
The light on the keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that? It's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us. Sigh. We should just
Luca
kill
switched
Solomon.
on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel. Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked 24601. Need you to get us through. What if someone catches us? We should get out of here. I'm not leaving my friends, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
Amazing. How did you just guess that? Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder used such a basic password. Or they were thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple. These villain types always end up outsmarting
Solomon's
themselves.
jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive
Luca
as your luck.
quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think that should do it. Bingo bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress. What is that slippery lout even doing down here? We have a friend whose mum is in trouble. We're here to get her out. I see. Okay, look, I think we're close. The next door's marked 13806.
Once again,
Hey,
Luca
Ariscala,
scrutinized the
welcome
numbers on
back.
the
How
screen.
you doing?
In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
You've missed so many twists. I was just thinking, like, there's in this short space of time, there has been so much. Maybe this one opens the lock. It's the alarm, isn't it? You sack of shit, Solomon. Crap, we've got company. Look, I must go faster. 1 sec, I can't think with all this
He quickly skimmed
noise.
the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go. Yeah, there has been a lot. Curse these fumbling hands. My apologies, Luca. Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Batter the red pandas. Oh man, no water cups. Rollo! Rollo, are you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with
no.
a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms, they're
With
trapped.
self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost them. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rabble-rousers are coming with us. Nope. Make a break for it? Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there after them. Ah, the old switcheroo. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long can Roxy keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. You're trying to make Excel do difficult things with tables to make your job easier, and the lack of memory in the work laptop is bottlenecking you. Ah, that's a pain in the arse. Trying to do things in Excel is also a pain in the arse. Mum? Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the young chemist's lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who's your adult friend? Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew. No, that's not possible.
Over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding of the enamel of the molars consistent with Tempest liquamine exposure. Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink? You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mum, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempest liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret to Valentine's fertilizer. They harvested the source, infusing small amounts of Tempest liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time, but it led to complications. The foul harvest. Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed, but Tempest liquamine is rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try to force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists. Yes, I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempest liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right? You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and now I get to replace my entire wardrobe. I really am truly sorry. Those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway. Sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet, and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I've sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mum? Dr. Prescott's dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio. It's why we gotta get you out of here. Like, now. Wait, the vial. I finally solved the chemical equation, allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it. Look, we got Dr. Mordwell heading your way now. Roger that, be careful. This is like tense, I love it. Alright, everything's on track. And what's your plan for escape? We'll go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Let's sabotage things. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Muttered inaudibly.
Just you wait. Huh? Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked. Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected. I like how we're just ripping the shit out of him. Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Wow, even his alcohol's arrogant.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
I should just smother you right now. What's that? I said I shouldn't bother you right now. Don't be silly, you're no bother at all. This'll be even cooler if they know that Solomon's the bastard. It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with a party? Only time will
Luca
tell.
held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. I mean... Come on, Luca, put 2 and 2 together. Why... Oh. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon. You needn't worry about me. Well, I feel bad either way. We're gonna get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards. We barely got away. Did they follow you? Rollo. Before we start tossing blame around, is it possible someone ordered a pizza? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me. I'm officially retiring from the heisting business. We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions. Just let me think. Can someone watch the door? Of course. Oh, no. Everyone else huddle up. Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough. Solomon, no! Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Modwell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor, who created this town. Perennial harvest, Valentine fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha, yes, now you've got it. Tempus Liquamine, you discovered how to reverse the process.
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Ah, slow clapping. He's a bastard. Very good, Dr. Modwell, very good. Though the discovery wasn't
Solomon
intentional.
glanced down, examining his youthful form.
And the effects went a little too far for my tastes. That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work, which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial,
Kerr
please.
presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the 8th wonder of the...
Finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm.
What a fucking idiot. Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable. Be careful, you fool. You have no idea what you have in your hand. Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about
Rollo
it.
casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Sweet. Gosh, maybe I'll have a
He tickled
taste.
the vial mockingly.
Seize him! Luca! Over here! Move another inch and I
She
smash
held
it.
tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured syllables.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less
He
leniency.
pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be
A
harmed.
deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
Nah, fuck it, down it. You're a smart girl, Beck, but there's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there is only one way this
She looked
ends.
to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
And smashed it on the ground. That's a good girl. There you go. You can clip that and you can have it as your ringtone. You bunch of freaks. Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk. I'm sorry, he's
With
right.
apprehension, Beck conceded. Solomon pocketed the vial
Damn
and
it,
brushed up his
Beck!
shoulder with a sharp flick.
I know, lucky you. Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review. Mr. Kerr's getting shagged.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir. But first you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile. Yes, sir. Has Beck swapped the vial with something? I don't know. I don't understand. How's this all because of me? Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be part of something great, but the fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my
Solomon
work.
shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me
A
eternal
muffled
life.
applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Until then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. I mean, Rollo could just batter the fuck out of all of them. Well, crap. Can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rollo. You just need some time. Rollo, it's over. We lost. Not with that attitude.
Now
Come
he
on.
was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just we were so close. I've got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, time seems like less of an issue for him now. Time wounds all heals. She's definitely said that for a reason. Look, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Look, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She's been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempest
The
liquid.
color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she... Is she... She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't always mean it's right. You realise that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work, and it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull.
Yes! Is Mum Gran about to bust us out? Please say
Chapter
yes.
8. Comeuppance. Ears
Nice.
still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke,
Amazing.
she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo.
Amazing!
Fratelli and Tolliver at her side.
We've got a
she
second
said,
heist!
It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body.
Holy
Quickly
fuck!
rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Yes. Gran has just kicked the shit out of all of them. Look at that! The team! Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? We're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Luca's gran. That's awful nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep
Holy
open
shit,
perennial
yes.
harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities
Solomon
from here on
pulled
out.
a glass vial from his pocket.
We've got to
In
stop
one
him.
smooth motion, he downed its contents.
Ah, shit.
A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
I feel like there's got to be something here. I feel like Beck's done something. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Yes! Beck's
With
done
a
something.
mischievous look, Beck elbowed Luca.
Amazing.
Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little shit. Nah, come on. With a little change? With a little malice? Fuck, I want to see malice. I think that'd be quite funny.
Tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice, the whiskey from his office. Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grudges could use a little hair of the dog. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to
Oh,
contort
no.
and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Are we about to create, like... Oh, fuck, what have we done? Now that's what I call Lady Poof whiskey. Damn, dude.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage.
That's amazing. I just got an achievement called Pop Goes the Weasel.
The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again.
That's
Watching
funny.
the silhouette of Kerr disappear.
That's
over the
obviously
horizon,
not the
there
real
could be
thing, but
first
that's very
a
funny.
low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end. That was unexpected.
That was funny.
Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
Well, yeah, we'll change it. So we'll go... Do you want to try Junk? Junk will be a laugh.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realises he drank his own cigar, Ash. Oh, no. How did Ashes get into the vial? It was pretty easy to mess with a vial when it was behind my back. Oh, that's sneaky. Well, it's a bad habit anyways. Pal always said bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper
His body
Valentine.
and face began to contort.
Oh, no. I'm just going to watch this dog explode in various ways. He's just been Thanos snapped. Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As
That's
the
funny.
last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future.
Okay, we'll change it again.
I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Okay, we'll do change. Change has got to be the way forward.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Little pocket change? Like pocket change? Your unlucky penny. Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one was looking. What's that gonna do? No idea, that's the beauty of science. Now we observe. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching.
Oh god, what has the penny done? It's made him even smaller, that's... Holy crap, he's a baby! Yeah, but he's still sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the, the harm my father has caused
Eris
you.
awkwardly cradled the
Look
squirming
at that
child.
little face! Oh, you can't get angry at that. So long as he doesn't become a Tory. It is awkwardly cradled the
She
squirming
looked to her
child.
brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what did we... We do what Valentines always do. What must be done. I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for Father young Sharper. That'd be a great help, thank
She
you.
looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes.
I'm just saying, there's a river right there.
With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show's over. You may leave now.
Epilogue.
Fair
Beacon
enough.
Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Cute. Fuck yeah. Jumper on. Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. Go, go, go.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage. Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
What's this? Oh. Let's go and chat to Mum, Gran. Mum, I'm ready to go now. You go on without me, I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny, I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing, but now I enjoy it. Cute. Just wanted to see if there was any interaction there. There is not. Maybe that's at the very end. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little treehouse. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity, one Rollo, one Luca rule, so we decided to expand, but at least we've got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Elona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it gets me into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write me a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. I just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this because it will go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Nice. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Couldn't be better. Yeah, I'm so grateful to Ilona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy. Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's
when
next?
Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town.
Yeah.
But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
See, you can always. Red pandas are good. Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices. You can count on us. Well, it looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here, this is something I can be proud of. Oh, nice. Let's chat to this boy. Look, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning. Seriously? Yeah, an honest to goodness, flip-flopping, swim-swamming fish. Don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here. Been at least 7 years since I've caught one. I'd say it's a good omen. What'd you do with the fish? Oh, I released it back into the pond. Hoping to catch it again tomorrow. Oh. Oh, the gang's all here. A little higher. Yep. Little lower. Yep. Little higher. Yep. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Look, there you are. Would you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine, Iggy, just don't do anything drastic until we get back. Who, me? Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? They'll be fine. If we really want mission control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. So, you're right. Lead the way. Check in with Beck. We're going to go through town, though. I'm going to talk to Pig Boy. How's the napping this morning? The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day. Nice. Let's talk to Nelly and Ilona. See, you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nelly's idea. There's still a lot of work to do and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is, go slow and fix things. I'm into that. Slow and Dirty Harvest. Nice. Young Mr. Van Horn? How's little Solomon Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I, so we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah, thankfully no. I spoke at length with Dr. Rodwell, and she feels like Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmoulded clay. Let's hope he's a little nicer to the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. 2 activities I'm endeavouring to find less distasteful. I think you're doing a great job, and the whole town's ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him how to throw a baseball.
Did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
Oh, that would be acceptable. Sorry, just one look at that small little cherub. What's today's news that needs knowing? I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, aka William Kerr, just performed a stunning rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft. Let's go and chat to Dawn, our favourite bat. See, Dawn yawns. I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did, you're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm gonna have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Ha, we both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition. Schrodinger's MB switch, both daddy and good girl until deserved. Oh dear.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me, would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Hey, Omnatic, how you doing? Excuse me, I'd love to place an
Mrs.
order.
Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends, I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation for the first time in years, and I've got you and your mum to thank. Why is that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are going to fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone, just like old times. It's fine, I'll wait. You deserve to be ignored, you little red panda. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile. After everything that could have gone wrong, everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
This game is extremely wholesome. This game has been an absolute joy to play. This is the epilogue, but it's just wonderful. How are you? Really good, actually. That's wonderful. Did I miss anything? I think you're pretty much up to speed. Luca, do you want a biscotti? On the house. I don't really have time. Zariel, you gotta come and see this. I finally did it. I pulled the perfect espresso. Oh, Lumi. If I didn't know better, I would think you're proud or something. As if. No. It's too late. You're now officially a person that cares. Oh, jeez, Omnatic. Be sure to take a rest. Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble. For the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed and then it's gone. What? But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree. Hey Luca, can you tell Roxy I'll be free in an hour? Sure thing. My dad's making me stock the shelves for the summer. He said it builds character. I think he meant to say it builds calluses. Builds character. Yeah, it builds something, alright. Luca, can I interest you in a delicious
He
apple?
playfully waggled an apple.
Want an apple? No thanks, just saying hello. Well, hello then. Mind telling your mum that we need a new crate of jam? Already? It's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back, terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam. Amazing. Well, make sure you sleep so you have the energy to do it, Omnatic. Why is there so many bunnies? Oh, are they going to be using it as like a kind of cute slide
Over the
shoot
school
thing?
year, Kato and Bert had become close friends.
But did you know that when they covered up the source, they found a new species of fungus? Yep, and they're studying it in the new labs. Did you know that Beacon Pines is now the smallest town in the county? Yeah, close to the population before Perennial
It
Harvest moved
typically
in.
went on like this for quite some time.
I can't believe it's over. Yeah, the town's really starting to turn a new leaf. The town? I was talking about Hank Atomic. I just finished the last issue. How was it? As great as always. Hank finally returned to Earth. But I just feel weird now. Weird can be cool. It just means you're ready for something new. Any suggestions? You could ask Miss Hatch about what she's always reading. She always seems really to enjoy it. Huh, maybe I'll do that. Let's go up
The
here.
entire top level of most of
Hold on.
Luca peeked over Piper's shoulder. Laid stealthily inside a large volume of mathematics was the first issue of Hank Atomic.
Piper, are you reading Hank Atomic? Do you mind not telling anyone? I've kind of got a reputation to uphold. Oh, it's nothing to be ashamed of. Just about every kid in town reads Hank Atomic. Honestly, I'm excited for you. What I'd give to start over fresh, to experience it again for the first time. I guess that's the downside of finishing something nice. At least now I can enjoy it again through you. Promise to tell me about it as you go? Sure thing. Awesome. Hey, Mr. Nuncrade? I'm gonna go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with? Even after everything I did,
Mr.
you'd still...
Nuncrade shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet. Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you. I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now. Okay. Look at these little beans.
With Perennial Harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small for Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely.
Just one piece of candy for the ride of your life. Who's next? Me. That's good. Guess what? Yesterday I saw Dynasty's tit, yes. And that's good. It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is kind of the bug capital of the county. Yeah, this game is, like, tremendous. There's back there. I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box. You're officially moved in. It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Sounds an awful lot like putting down roots. I guess I decided this place is root worthy. You're going to be stuck with me for this foreseeable future. I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one. I think I'll manage. Ready? Before we go, there's a little bit of a surprise. There's a bit of a surprise. I don't know why I add words sometimes. My mum's prepared this tree especially for you. You didn't have to do that. I swear to God, if this is the fucking tree that is going to be the dad's... No, what the fuck, man? come on. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. It should do okay in the cold of Old Beacon Pines and thrive as things warm up. That's perfect. When you're ready, take Jeff's wild ride to Old Beacon Pines. Fucking hell. What? Jesus. The emotions. Why are you ending it like... Why are you ending it like this? Fuck's sake. Ah, Christ. Ah, you got it. Now, that's a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, the ride's on the house. You're going to want to hang on tight to that little tree. Oft. Oh, man. Oh, God. Everyone's crying. I'm crying.
I've been waiting for. Honestly, I'd
Fucking
begun
hell.
to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along.
Ooh.
I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done. A good little tree. The best little tree. Thank you, children. This means a lot. Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good? Yeah, I am. It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pal always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it. You two make an awesome pair. Excuse me, we're a trio now. Yep. Aye. Thanks. There's just one thing missing now that you're part of our group. Missing? Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic. Oh god. It won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer. You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mum, can I ask you a question? Did you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. Oh! He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more because his two favourite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Modwell says that over the next few years this place should warm up, so you won't have to be cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in, big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. Oh god, can this scene please end? Jesus Christ, you had to go, but that doesn't mean that you loved us any less. I may not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. Come on! I'm trying to hold everything. Damn. Fucking hell! That was so good! Whew! I'll wait till the stream's over before I burst into tears and flames. That was incredible! Holy shit! That is one of the best written games ever! That was so good. No. That was absolutely lovely. that just genuinely, that is probably one of the best games that like I've played from a story perspective. The story branching mechanic alone is absolutely incredible and just deserves recognition for that. Holy shit though. Oofed. Oofed. You're gonna hear me going oofed in like various points. Oh, 100%. All these people who helped kickstart it, that's amazing. Look at those numbers, like all that, and we're just hitting the B's. Holy shit. Whew. That was lovely. Like, I swear to God, if any of you are into, like, just any sort of, like, good narrative, this is a game that you can experience for yourself. I know that there's, like, obviously a bit that maybe you've, like, watched me do the full stream, and you feel like, you know, you can't maybe jump in and do it yourself, but, like, just, if you can, play it. That was awesome. Like, the full thing is just incredible. I'm almost gutted it's over. Well, we'll move on to another game next week. Tomorrow we're going to be playing A Plague Tale, which I might be finishing as well, so I'll need to maybe think about what games I'm going to be playing. And then on Thursday we're going to be doing Pentiment, more Pentiment, so that'll be good fun. Have I played Child of Light? No, I don't think so. So is it like what we were talking about? It was like narrative depth. Like there is so much to that game that it's really good. There's a great game about elves and orcs you've heard about. I could play that. Go on. I'm not sure if I don't quite. Oh wait, hold on. No, holy shit. Are you talking about the weird one that came up in my? Oh Jesus fucking Christ. Are you talking about the one that I sent the caption for, or the screenshot of? Or the fairy one? Are you talking about that? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the most cursed fucking thing. Yeah, Shadowrun, you're right. Well, that was absolutely incredible. Really, like, could not recommend Beacon Pines more. It is fantastic, and I'd really recommend everyone have a wee look at it when you can. Just fucking straight up loved that. Thought it was brilliant. Yeah, I would say I'm almost surprised that it's not up there running for like Game of the Year or anything like that, because from a narrative perspective, I think it's fucking incredible. So yeah, really, really, really good. Really, really good. Play it. Right, okay, so with that being said, I'm going to wrap up for this evening, folks. I'm going to post a link to the Discord. If you're not already in there, you can also support me on Ko-Fi. That means the absolute world. And then, of course, there's the curator page and there's the stream archive. On my curator page, there is actually a review of Beacon Pines already there. So if you like the games that I see on stream and you want to see what my thoughts are about them, as well as a kind of like comprehensive list of like other stuff that I've played, the curator page is really good to see that, so you can check that out. I'll also make sure that this goes up on the stream archive, and yeah, hope to see you all soon. Thanks very much for watching this evening. Again, I'm forever grateful for people who give up their time to either have me on in the background or to watch and be in chat. And I will hopefully see you again tomorrow, where we're going to go back to rats. We're going to be ratting our way through medieval France, Spain, Mediterranean. You get the idea. But I'll catch you in a bit, folks. See you later. Bye bye.